kind of tree fits in your hand?
What kind of tree fits in your hand? A palm tree! All right, so we're going to be playing some games as well as doing our usual warm-up, workout, and cool down. So for some of the games, you might want to gather some goods. The things that you will need for the games include some soft balls. So if you have soft balls and your parents are okay with you throwing them around, you can use those. But in lieu of soft balls, you can also use rolled up socks, which is what I'm going to use, because as a parent I would prefer you to throw around something soft like this than something like this. If you don't have enough socks, you can use some stuffed animals. So hey Joey, my partner in crime, can you toss in some stuffed animals for me, please? Little stuffed animals will work best. Woo! All right. Stuffed animals, rolled up socks, or softballs for some of our games. For some other games, you're going to need either yoga mats if you have them at home, or pillows. And if your pillows are super fancy and your parents do not want you to use them, I could also recommend using blankets or towels. So if you have smaller size blankets at home, or you could fold up a blanket or a beach towel at home, that'll work too. So these are the things that you're going to need for our games at home. The other thing you might want to have is some music. We definitely are going to use music for one game at least, but just to keep it festive and fun, music helps too. The games can be played by yourself or with a partner. So my partner, I think you guys know her. This is Joey. She comes to class sometimes. She's going to help me with some of the demos for the games. And if you don't have someone at home that you want to partake in, you can always play it by yourself. You can ask a sibling, you can ask a parent, you can ask anyone who might want to join you that's small or big. And if not, you always get your own friend right here in yourself. So I'm going to show not only my demos of the games with Joey, but also just as Coach Katie all alone. All right, so stay tuned. Hey guys, Coach Katie. We are going to be playing another game that you know and that we play at Cove. So for this workout of the day, to warm our body up, we are going to play Stinky socks. So I have on some socks. No, they do not match, as usual. But I don't really care because that's not important. What is important is that you take those socks off. You have two socks, you have 2 feet, and your job is to balance on one foot at a time and hop over to a target and place that stinky sock inside of that target or bin. So I'm going to use a small bin. You can use a laundry bin to make it a little bit more festive and fun. Or you can use a trash bin if your socks are super stinky and you need to get rid of them. But again, it's just for the game, it's just for pretend, so whatever you want to use. I'm going to use this bin. I'm going to place it on the far side of my room, and I am going to go to the other side of the room. I'm going to pick up one of the socks with 1 foot. This foot can now not touch the floor as I make my way to the bin, so I need to hop on 1 foot all the way over and place that stinky sock in my bin, then run all the way back and switch feet. Pick up the stinky sock on the other side, and now hop with my other leg. Run back, and game is done. So A fun way to play this game if you're playing by yourself like I was is to keep track of your time. I have some clocks on the wall. You can also set a timer in your kitchen or perhaps on your parent's phone, something that will just tell you how long it took you to hop your stinky socks over to the bin. If you did it super duper fast, which I'm sure you all will, your goal is to be even super duper faster and try to beat your time the second time you play. So again, this is just to warm your body up, give you a bit of balance, and get you ready for the workout of the day. All right, today's warm-up is going to be lots of things that you guys know and have done before at Cove. The first one is called Good Morning. So you're gonna stand on up and you are going to bring your hands to the back of your head. Bring your hands to the back of your head and you're just gonna hinge at your hips. So like you're in an upside down L, and then you're gonna stand back up. So this is called Good Morning because you lift up, good morning. Good morning. Lift your head and smile at the sun. Good morning. And you're gonna aim here to do about your age. So after you're done doing your age, I did 7, I think, because I'm 7, of course. You then are going to do some Spiderman crawls. For this one, I want you to double your age because I want you to do that number on each side. So let's pretend that I am 7. I'm going to do 7 Spidermans. I'm going to start in a plank. I'm going to reach one foot towards the same hand. So my right foot towards my right hand, and it is going to stomp down on the ground for a second, right outside for a stretch. It is outside of my hand, and then I bring it back. Left foot to left hand and back, right foot to right hand and back, left foot to left hand and back. And I'm going to keep going. I said that my age was 7, so I would do 7 each side. 7 plus 7 is 14. After I have done the Good Mornings and the Spiderman stretches, I am going to move into some yoga poses. We don't normally do yoga for our warm-ups, but today we are just to practice some balance and to also fire up our backside. So for your first yoga pose as your warm-up, you're going to do tree pose. You're going to stand up and don't have to do anything really with your hands, but I want you to lift one leg up and you're going to open that leg up like a tree limb. You can rest that foot on the other leg, which is your trunk. And you're going to have a clock on the wall or a kitchen timer or your parent's phone to help keep track of 40 seconds. You're going to try to balance on your trunk, your standing leg, for 40 seconds. And then you're going to take 20 seconds to rest. You're going to switch to the other side for 40 seconds. And then you're going to take 20 seconds to rest. You're going to do it 2 times, so 2 times each side. If you're having a hard time finding balance, you can put your toes down on the floor and just rest your heel on your standing leg or your trunk. That's going to take it to be a little bit more easy to find balance. You're still working hard to activate this whole standing leg and to turn on or fire up through your belly and your back. If you want an extra challenge, you're going to slide your leg up even higher, maybe use your hand to bring it above your knee. So your choice with this limb, this leg that's lifted, it can either be above your knee or below your knee. 40 seconds balancing, 20 seconds resting, and then switching to the other side, and each side you're doing 2 times. The second yoga pose is bridge pose, and this is going to keep firing up your back and also turn on your bottom. So your knees are pointed up to the sky, your arms can rest down by your side. I like to see if my fingers can lightly tickle my heels, and that'll help me set this up nicely. And what you're going to do is lift up. So when you lift your bottom up off the floor, you're just gonna hold here, and you're gonna hold here for 40 seconds again. 40 seconds is what we have been using for our time. You can either have a timer set, or you can watch a timer until it gets to 40 seconds. And then you're gonna bring yourself back down, rest for 20 seconds, and you're gonna do it again. So 2 times for your bridge pose, lifting up, squeezing up here through your bottom, turning on your whole back side, and then relaxing down. So that's a quick and easy warm up, and hopefully it should get you ready for your workout. Workout number 5. Workout number 5 is another AMGAP. So as many good movements as possible in the time allotted. Today you get a little extra time. You're going to be doing 15 minutes of work. You have some movements that you will run through, counting by 5s. So the first movement you do 5, next movement 10, and the last movement 15. 5, 10, 15, and you keep going and you keep going until 15 minutes is up. So for the first 5, you are going to do single leg deadlifts. Because this is a single leg movement, you're going to do 5 on your right and then 5 on your left. So just like a regular deadlift, you are karate chopping your hips or hinging at your hips, pushing your bottom back. I'm going to start with my right leg lifted. I can keep it up and bent, and then I'm thinking about tapping the floor with my hands and lifting up to my hips. Trying to stay balanced on the one foot for 5 reps. Then I switch and I stand on my other leg, and again, I'm hinging at my hip, a little bend in my knee, keeping myself nice and straight through my back for my single leg deadlift. 5 and 5, 5 and 5. So that makes 10. Next up, I'm going to do 10 squats. So I'm going to drop down and up 10 times. Key here, which we work on, is heels are in and toes are out. Heels in, toes out. So I raise them up so you can see that. And then when I squat down, my knees track out over my second toe. Sometimes to help, we make a butterfly forward with our hands and raise it up to the sky. And then the last move is a walking lunge. So for your walking lunge, you want to make lots of space for yourself, and you're going to walk across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Practicing that nice bend, 90 degrees in your knees, until you get to that number. Then you start all over again, back to your single leg deadlift, back to your squat, back to your walking lunge. You keep doing those movements until 15 minutes is up, so you will need a timer for that one. Please set a timer on somebody's phone or in the kitchen so that you can hear it, or keep track of yourself by looking at a clock. Keep your body moving the whole time. Challenge yourself for those single leg deadlifts to keep one leg up the whole time. 5 on the right, 5 on the left. All right, so for today's cool down, we're gonna rock ourselves to hopefully a sweet, sweet sleep. Just kidding, but we are gonna pretend that we are babies. So first you're gonna pretend that your leg is a baby. You're gonna hold on to that leg by taking your opposite hand to that foot. So I have my left hand to my right foot. My right hand's gonna rest on my knee, and I'm gonna rock this baby side to side. If you are able to, you can take your right elbow to your right knee and your left elbow to your foot on the right, and now you're really rocking the baby side to side. Good, and then you're gonna switch legs, opposite hand to foot, rock it, or elbow to knee, elbow to foot, and rock that baby. You should be breathing this whole time to slow down that heart, cool down that body. And like I said, I'm trying to make you rock yourself into a sweet slumber. So you're gonna go ahead and lay on down on your back. You're gonna reach your feet up to the sky like you're squatting on the sky. And you're gonna reach your hands for the soles of your feet. This is called Happy Baby. Babies often just roll around on the floor, smiling and laughing, and so that's the idea here. You can rock yourself side to side and just feel super duper good, like a happy baby. And then after a few rocks, sleep time. Just kidding. But hopefully that allowed you to cool down just a little bit before you move on with the rest of your day. Hands in. 1, 2, 3, go kids.